Hello everybody and welcome to this week's edition of Pinto's Preview here on 740thefan.com and KFGO.com. Furman University, hailing from Greenville, South Carolina, is traveling up to the great white north of Fargo, North Dakota. Game time temperatures should be somewhere in the freezing your butt off range, and while that would be good for NDSU if they played at Dakota Field, they're in the Fargo Dome, a climate-controlled environment, but a little bit harder to play in my opinion, because of the noise level. Now, if NDSU fans come out with all the enthusiasm that we're used to seeing during the playoffs, it's going to be really tough for Furman University to get anything going. But we'll get to some of those things in just a moment. The first point I want to get to here on Pinto's Preview is Furman University and the big play. The last few weeks, 5 I think, Furman University has come up with plays of about 20 yards or more for touchdowns. It may even be longer than that. Last week they had a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown. I believe a pick 6 was mixed in there, and a 50-yard touchdown pass. NDSU needs to make sure and not let the big play happen. Easier said than done, I understand, but NDSU has been prone to giving up the big plays. You think of Missouri State, they had a couple long touchdowns against them. Northern Iowa, an 85-yard touchdown run by David Johnson. So it's going to be key in the minds of the coaches preparing the defense to not give up the big plays. The second point I want to make is Furman University, how are they going to counter not getting big plays or long yardage plays? Turnovers. One of the best turnover teams in the nation, something like plus 16 in the turnover margin. They've caused 31 fumbles this year. NDSU has given up 10 fumbles this year, 10 or 16 fumbles. Even so, that is where NDSU gives away the ball the most throughout the year, is on the ground. So, with those two things combining, look for the Paladins to go after that and try to cause a lot of fumbles. Very good strategy by this defense, because offensively, defensively, they're really not that spectacular, which brings me to the third point. Furman doesn't do a lot with the ball or without the ball. They're just kind of there. Not really horribly bad, not really really good. They're just kind of a football team that plays football. I know that sounds really boring and really generic, and I'm not giving you anything, but that's how I look at this team. They're a boring football team. I think NDSU will be able to use that to their advantage, obviously, because I don't think they're going to give Furman much, and it's going to be a game that will be over very quickly. Before I get to my prediction, the X factor for this game, I think it'll be Kyle Emanuel. Dakota Dozier is an offensive tackle for Furman University, who is up there as far as NFL scouts are concerned when it comes to FCS products maybe going to the next level, much like Billy Turner. Kyle Emanuel, Cole Jurek, those guys will be lined up across the other side from Dozier. I think Emanuel will get most of his time from the blind side, and I think that Emanuel is going to have a big game because he's going to wanting to meet the challenge of taking on a guy like Dozier. Kyle Emanuel leads the team in sacks. I think he's going to add a couple in this game. Finally, my prediction. Score spread looks at NDSU as plus 31 in this game. I'll take that. I think NDSU wins big in this game. Let's say 38-10. Furman University, like I said, they don't do a lot offensively or defensively. They rely on a lot of turnovers, and while fumbles have been NDSU's biggest Achilles heel when it comes to turnovers, I don't think they put it on the ground that much, and Brock Jensen's not going to throw any interceptions in this game. NDSU, again, 38-10 over Furman University, and they'll move on to the next round to take on, I guess we'll find out by the end of the week. For KFGO.com and 740thefan.com, I'm Daniel Gunderson for Pinto's Preview.